Hi, everyone. This is Natalie Restored, your multi-dimensional channeler and a higher self connector. How are you doing? I'm just doing a little test with you. I'm a little bit late, and I'm sorry, kind of 10 minutes late. So I hope you can join me. And if you are, let me know in the comments section who's there. And if you hear me, that is my question. I'm using another little microphone. I would love to know if you can hear me. So let me know in the comment section. I'm just waiting for your comments to do that technical test here. So today we're talking about the ego and how your ego can actually be a helper. Hello, Heidi. Yes, you can hear me. So that's perfect. And you wrote that 11:11 my time. Yes, wonderful. So I'll be live also on Instagram. So do not be surprised if my eyes are going up and down. I'll do a very quick introduction for both platforms. And then we'll be ready to talk about the ego and how to use it in a very beneficial way. It is our friend. It's not our enemy. So I'm going live on Instagram as well. Ooh. So hello everyone here on Instagram and Facebook. I am Natalie Restored, your multidimensional channeler, helping everyone connect to their highest source of intuitive gifts. So wherever you are in the world, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Drop a little comments to tell me, or comment to let me know where you're from, and actually, what do you feel the ego is? That's what we want to talk about today. What do you feel the ego is? What do you feel the ego is? What role the ego is playing in your life and in your spiritual life? So if you can just share in the comments what you feel the ego is, I would love to hear and have a little bit of your impressions or your feedback on that. Before we start the activation, we will have a little conversation, and before the conversation, we will have an opening activation to make sure that we are ready to download whatever we're meant to be downloading in terms of information, data, intellectual data. And then we will connect to our highest helpers in the spiritual world. And we're talking, of course, with your higher self and star family, whomever wants to join us today. And we will delete, unlock, remove any kind of blocks you may have, conscious blocks or unconscious blocks around the ego, around the beliefs you have around what the ego is. All right, so I'm waiting still for your comments and your own definition of what the ego is. So Heidi says, I've always been confused about this topic. Well, let's clear it up today. And same thing on Instagram. If I have people joining in, let me know what you feel the ego is or what you learned about the ego. Stephanie says, let's read this. I feel we need to learn to work with the ego to get through our earth lessons. I'm working on finding a balance between the ego and the soul. Wonderful. And actually, it's pretty much what we're trying to do today. So thank you. You summarized, Stephanie, pretty much what we are. It's actually a life journey, but we can clear a few layers to help us connect more easily to that aspect. Bethany, I'm so happy you're here too. I'm so happy. MJ, I think the ego is something that is trying to protect the 3D self, the thoughts, the emotions, and the pain. And that is also a very true fact. So I will read any comments coming in. But before we talk about the ego, its role, on earth. And of course, if we have decided to incarnate in these bodies, we kind of knew in the background we would play with the ego, we would work with it. So there's a way to work with it as a team. If we don't have the ego, we would just be like flying, dreaming all day long and eventually get hit by a car. So we need the ego. All right, Sam says ego is necessary for protection, but the ego stops us from connecting with our inner selves as well. So yes, totally. Are you ready for a little opening activation, which will help you integrate, process, digest all the conscious information I will share with you, but also all the unconscious energy that will flow through. All right. So feel free to close your eyes right now. It won't be long, just to get us going and raise our vibration. Close your eyes right now. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And when you breathe out, you are releasing, you are letting go, like a big sigh of letting go. Let's do this 3 more times. Beautiful. So use your powerful and creative imagination to picture, to visualize a beautiful white light all around you. This white light is your bubble, your energy field. And if you have been present to a few of my activations, it will be so easy for your mind, the earth one, and your higher self to bring in this image of the white light around you. If it is the first time you're connecting with me here, just imagine, create, design, draw with your imagination a bubble of white light all around you. You feel safe, you feel comfortable in that white light. You feel aligned. You feel empowered. You feel totally open and receptive to whatever information will come through, knowing that now that we're connected to higher vibrations, only everything or only anything you're meant to be receiving will come through, always for your highest good, always to help you evolve and raise your own awareness of what your journey is right at this moment. Take a deep breath in through the nose and just breathe out. And even though your eyes will open in the next seconds, your bubble of white light will be there as a cocoon of high receptivity to allow you to grasp and connect to the energy behind the words. Beautiful. So you can open your eyes whenever you are ready. I'm just bringing my little heater a little bit closer to me. Sometimes I get cold. Before we talk a little bit more about the ego, how have you been feeling lately? That's part of the ego kind of desire and need to understand all the energies around, but how have you been feeling? There's a lot of shift in the Schumann's resonance, a lot of, or resonances, it's plural, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of downloads, solar downloads, energy downloads. So yes, the body probably needs to integrate this. The body definitely needs to integrate and process all this. So it means that you might have different health issues, such as lack of good sleep, such as digestive issues, migraines. It should not be like painful to the point that you need to really stop every activities, but it could be draining a little bit. Yes, Heidi says, yeah, a lot of energy. So if you're interested, I posted on the main page a little many graphs around the Schumann's resonance, and you can see that in the same day it has been a lot of highs and a lot of lows, and a lot of highs and a lot of lows. Last time I posted about that on the Facebook page was like a massive but constant progression, and lately it's a lot of in and out. So we will work around that too. So now let's talk about the ego. The ego, and I won't talk too much about this psychological aspect of it, because if you talk about psychology, we kind of separate the conscious mind, which is the ego, and the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind or super consciousness or higher self. It's important to know the difference if we're talking in psychological terms. If not, I will put all the earth mental description of what the brain is, or what our consciousness or awareness is, in one group. So when I'll talk about the ego, I'll talk about the conscious mind, and I'll talk about the subconscious mind. But just to tell you that the conscious mind is what we use right now, just to write things down on our computer, me, to make sure I share with you all the important information or relevant information. And I will hold back what I don't want you to see or what I don't want you to know about my life. I will hold it back, of course. So that is the conscious mind. The subconscious mind is working 24 hours a day, while the conscious mind is going to sleep when you're going to sleep. So the subconscious mind is holding all your beliefs, whether they're yours or your family or society. They're holding all the memories, all the experiences you went through. Somebody says, oh, I keep on freezing. It doesn't show my way. I don't know how it is for you guys. I'm sorry. It could be the internet connection. Let me know if you get me now. I'll just wait for you. Let me know if you can still see me. If not, unfortunately, I might have to just stop the connection and reconnect. Let me know, either with a few hearts, or just type in the comments that you can see me. I saw a post, so I guess you're all fine, guys. You can see me, you can hear me. Giselle says yes, so I will go with this. I'm sorry if there's some ups and downs with the connection. It could be here, it could be coming from many sources. I kind of have three different sources of recording. So talking about the ego today, if you just join in, and how we can use it to our advantage to rise and raise our vibration. So, and I'll answer your question, Giselle. I'll come back to it. So the ego is your conscious mind. It is you every day. You're in your awakened state, or you making sure you share what you need to share, you making sure that you show the best of yourself and hide the rest. When you go to bed, the conscious mind goes to bed. The subconscious mind, on the other hand, never sleeps, working 24 hours a day, holding all your beliefs, whether they're yours, your family, or society, or the collective, holding all your memories, whatever you went through, and your physical responses. So your breathing, your heart is beating, something is playing in the background, something is automated in a certain way, and your subconscious mind takes care of that. That's why when you're scared, or you're being brought back to an old behavior, usually you first feel it in the body, and then you kind of realize, okay, I'm in a pattern, or you verbally react, or you are becoming aware of what you're going through. Okay? So that is what I would call for us today the earth mind, okay? Conscious mind and subconscious mind. So when I'll say the earth mind or the ego, I'll talk about those two because I want to talk more about the spiritual aspects of things. So now the ego, as I said, is the conscious mind. It's you. It's your personality. Natalie recognizes herself as a person who was born in France, who grew up in Quebec, in Montreal, and is living on Vancouver Island. I studied different things, cinema, creativity. I give workshops. I'm an intuitive hypnotist. I'm channeling. I have short hair. It's me. I describe and see myself like that, and I'm showing this. I'm projecting this. There's a few things about me that I'm not sure I want people to know, and I will hold it back. That's the ego. I have beliefs, things that I've learned. Of course, I talk about me, but I'm talking about us individually. So there's things I believe about myself that I can do or cannot do. Most of the time, those beliefs have been anchored through feedback from family and society, because I'm a woman, because I was born in a certain era, because my mom was behaving like that, my parents' interactions were in a certain way. So I kind of not only built myself based on what I sense is right for me, but also based on what people have shown me in terms, this is how life is, this is how we live things, this is our culture, you belong to our group, you belong to our family, you belong to our town, you belong to our country, you belong to the human race. This is what we have learned, this is what we know about spirituality, this is what we know about humans. It's anchored within us. So the ego is filtering all this and trying to make a definition of who you are as a person. Okay. So it's not just based on what you feel is right for you. That would be more the intuitive side of you. It's more based on what you have learned to integrate. And most of it's beliefs. Most of them, unfortunately, are limiting. Some are uplifting, of course. Some are pushing you to believe you can do it. You believe you can open up. But most of them, and I would say that 99.9% of those beliefs that have been anchored in the ego sphere are not yours. Again, they are yours by exposure. But most of them, they're your families, societies, your town, your culture, and everything. So I'm just quickly reading. Is the earth mind the ego? Not sure. Yeah, okay. As I said, there's different. I mean, if you talk with psychological terms, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind are different. They're all different aspects of you. I'm going to let go of the psychological aspect, and the ego is the conscious mind, okay? I kind of summarize which one is kind of holding which behavior or pattern. But now when I'll talk about the earth mind, I will talk about the ego mind and the subconscious mind at the same time. So it means how you define yourself, but also what you have anchored within you as memories, as experiences, and what you have been exposed to in your family, in your town. So you're wondering, Giselle, if my light language are doing, my hands are doing any kind of light language. I think now it's just to help me calm down and make sure I say everything. I don't think it's like, I'm not channeling at this moment. It's really my earth mind talking. But yes, I'm French. I have that kind of a very Latin aspect to me. I need to use my hands. So that is the earth mind. It's a blend of the ego, which is the conscious mind, and it's a blend of the conscious mind. It's the blend of your personality. It's the blend of the subconscious mind and all the memories and all the experiences you went through. So of course you have good experiences in your life. Of course you have good behaviors and patterns you want to keep, and you have learned a few things about life, about how to behave, about how people want you to behave. Some are good, some have taught you to become better, and some maybe have been suppressing a little bit. I know. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I'm cutting for some people, and I'm sorry about that, but I do not know how to control that. Unfortunately, hopefully the recorded version of it will be like one shot. Let me know if there's more than one person that is unfortunately experiencing some technology issues. I'm sorry, I was kind of wondering which term to use here. So I hope not. I hope that I can go on and continue. So Heidi says, it seems I've understood the earth mind more than the ego mind. It's okay. When we say the earth mind, it's everything. Again, it's really everything. It's your ego. Your ego is your conscious mind. It's what you want to show to the world about you. Okay. It's really what you want to tell people about yourself and what you want to hide. Now, this ego is your friend. The ego helps you define yourself and say, Natalie, Heidi, Bethany looks like this. I like this. I like sports. I like to go to nature. I like creativity. I like this, how I define myself. This is how I describe myself. So we need the ego to know that who we are, how we look like, how we define ourselves. This is what we need here on earth. Because there are many bodies, there are many beings, there are many thoughts, there are many feelings. We eventually need to tell people, this is what I believe in, this is who I am. And it is important to have the ego. The ego helps us also measure what is potentially a danger in our environment. Obviously, you don't want to cross the street without looking on your left and on your right. These are patterns and habits we have learned, and the ego is bringing them back to your awareness. The ego is thinking very quickly. And we need it. We need it for protection. The subconscious mind, I'll talk about the ego as being the earth self. But again, for me, it encompasses, it holds both the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Again, in psychology, they separate them, and it's totally fine and normal. I used to when I was practicing regular hypnosis. But as an earth mind, as a human being, you have an aspect of you that wants to protect you. The ego is here for that, to make sure that if somebody insults you, you can defend yourself. If somebody's pushing you, you can just react back. If you're ready to fall, that the subconscious mind will help you to make sure that either you protect yourself or you find a way to bounce back or hold yourself onto something. Okay? I'm sorry you have some issues, Bethany. I'm really sorry. I hope we can connect later, maybe in the replay. So it is your friend. Where it's not your friend, it's where you're becoming so focused on what you project to others and what you say and how people are going to judge you, either because people have judged you in the past and it was not always positive, and that is just patterns coming back, habits coming back. And you want to clear this, of course. So that is the only way, where whatever has been recorded in your earth mind. So again, ego, conscious mind, and subconscious mind. I will use the term earth mind as a way to summarize and put both aspects in one group, the earth mind. The earth mind helps you to calculate, to analyze, to learn, to memorize, to regurgitate, to share your experience, to verbally choose the right words, or stumble like me once in a while. So we need it. And again, it is our protector. It is our guide. It helps us live in the 3D world with that body. And we need it so much. Where it doesn't help us, it's when we are actually behaving in a way that is based out of fear and not out of curiosity and authenticity. And yes, Giselle, it's a part of us. We need to accept it, but we are not slaves. We do not have to be saying, oh, well, this is part of humans, so I just need to deal with it. It's not just dealing with it, it's working with your ego, your earth mind, again, which holds the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Work with it as a friend. So now if you have regular patterns that are coming back, habits, behaviors that are coming back, fears of speaking in public, fears of saying that you feel you're a starseed, you're a light worker, you're an intuitive, fear of being judged, fear of driving, fear of flying, fear of working with clients on another level, all the fears, all the not feeling enough, being enough, not feeling that you'll be accepted as you are evolving, all those fears have a programming within you, all of them. Again, some might be just a natural defense mechanism, the way we protect ourselves from potential dangers. So your mind, your earth mind, will make sure you are protected. So if ever you have been criticized for being extremely intuitive, and I will talk about those topics about being intuitive, about being true to your intuitive self, because this is who we are, at least in this container, in this group. This is what I work with. So if this is one of your fear, or believing you don't have it, or if you have it, you don't know, or you need to read more about it, chances are it's based on something that somebody told you a long time ago, or you have witnessed somebody that maybe was ridiculized by being their authentic selves, and now you are holding back. And again, can be anything, something you saw on TV, or it could be a parent, or it could be a spouse. So, or it could be any member of your family or dear friend. So all these, or every time you have a strong emotion to something you experience, it generates a new data in your mind, in your earth mind, okay? In your subconscious mind, a data that will come back. So let's say somebody told me I was weird, somebody I like, somebody I respect, and say, what are you doing with your hands? Honestly, that looks extremely weird. That looks like either you're drunk, or that looks like nobody understands you. You're going to lose clients if you do that. Could be that. So if that person, if I'm not self-assured, and if I don't believe that this is my true nature, and it feels good for me, and I know it feels good for other people, if I'm so open and so letting the energy of that person coming to me as the ultimate truth, then I might hide back. I might not do it in front of them, or make sure that I don't anymore for a while until I gain confidence back again. So it doesn't take much, or it can take repetitive, repressive comments in order to take you down and make you believe that I need to hold back. Again, these are programmings. They're applications, they're mental applications. You were not born, even in this human shell, you were not born believing that you're not spiritual, you don't have gifts, you're not good enough, You need to develop your intuitive gift. Like, you need to read about it. It's acquired. Or another belief, you're born psychic. You cannot upgrade it. Whatever you have been exposed to, these beliefs you're not born with. When you're a child, you're totally believing that, oh my God, I'm so great. I'm like, as a child, you require all the attention because you think you're worth it. Okay. So again, that's what we'll try to do today, is to unlock everything that creates a blockage, everything that has been anchored. And a lot of those blockages are collective. A lot of those blockages have been induced against your will, and you made it yours because you heard it many times, or it was so shocking at the moment you received it that your earth mind said, oh my God, that really hurt her. I want to make sure that she never gets hurt like that again. So whenever she sees that person that made that comment, or she sees that TV show that was talking about that, or she's exposed again to that same situation, I will make sure that she shuts everything down. I will make sure that she blocks it. She doesn't talk about it. She doesn't show it. I will make sure that she's scared enough about it that she doesn't stay in the situation anymore. That's where the fight, flight, freeze feeling is emerging within us. It's again your ego, and again, it's more than the ego. We understand each other here. It's the subconscious mind. The conscious mind will put everything in the label of the ego, but we know it's more than that. It's the earth mind. That's my best way of summarizing it. And the earth mind, again, is helping us when we're getting attacked by a bear. We want to run because we don't have to think, is the bear really a danger? Oh, he's running towards me. Should I wait to see if it's really malignant, or it's really mean, or it's really... No, your subconscious mind takes over and it makes you run because it knows it's danger. And sometimes we react this way with our intuitive gifts. Sometimes we react this way with whom we believe we are, but we're scared of, and we feel exactly the fight, flight, or freeze reaction because we're scared that we're putting ourselves in danger. So we unlock this right now. We unlock it completely right now, because being yourself, your intuitive self, is not dangerous. Does it mean that you will never, never, never hear people making fun of that? Yes, trauma, of course, is again ingrained. Thank you, Giselle. Is ingrained within us. Of course, it's the same pattern, the same recording process. You will bring it back if you have, and being chased by a bear is traumatic. So of course, you will be scared of going outside. You will be scared of maybe going in the nature for a while. Does it mean you should never go there? No. Does it mean you should never meditate outside? So again, there are things that are recorded within us based on our experiences, good or bad, and what our family believes a woman should be, a man should be, a couple should be, or an intuitive should be, So it's time for us to clear this, because it is the only thing that is stopping you from moving forward. It is the only thing that is really stopping you from being yourself fully and completely. Okay? So we will do the activation very, very soon, because yes, it is difficult. It is difficult and not difficult. As soon as you know you're reacting with fear and there's no actual potential danger around you, like there's nobody attacking you, there's no bear, there's no cars, there's no person criticizing you right in front of you, well, then just know that you are bringing back an old program in the back of your earth mind. That something is playing again like an old record. And as soon as you stop and you say, well, there's nobody really telling me that I'm not good. There's nobody telling me that I don't belong. There's nobody telling me I'm not beautiful, I'm not intelligent, I'm not intuitive. As soon as you're aware of all this, then suddenly you say, okay, that is probably something, an anchored pattern. It means that something, somehow, somewhere, somebody made a comment. Sometimes you remember who told you what. And yes, I kind of hear her voice, his voice telling me that I'm not good, telling me that it's I'm doing it wrong. And sometimes it's just a feeling, but it's time to unlock it, really time to let it go. So now the ego is your friend because we are light beings. We have a soul, and all the gifts that we're unlocking as we are progressing together, and you guys individually, is not something you're downloading. It's something you're reconnecting to. It's something you had within you and you're reconnecting to. So the ego is slowly, the earth mind is slowly making more room to the higher self who wants to communicate through you. The higher self could be considered as the unconscious mind or the superconscious. I'm just using terms that you may have heard as well. So the more your higher self can talk to you in this body, in this life, and the more you let it talk to you, even though it may be weird, it may be different, as long as it feels good, then keep it, allow it to come even more and more. Then your ego eventually will say, okay, that is different. It's not something I read. It's not something I learned, but it flows easily. It feels good. I'm unlocking something. Maybe I should let her or him express this. So again, you need to tame your ego, not with a whip or not with a bat, but you need to tell it, I understand. I understand who you are. I know you're allowing my soul, my light aspect, my energetic aspect to live in this body, and to make sure that I'm not just a light being floating around. I need that vehicle in order to interact with the 3D world. And you, not higher self, you ego, you earth mind, you're making sure that this body is not putting itself in danger. Again, you need to be aware of the 3D dangers. There are some, crossing the street, not getting too close to a cliff. If we didn't have the ego to remind us and the subconscious mind to remind us, remember last time you went too close to that cliff, you fell and broke your leg. Do you want that again? I think we were very happy to have the ego and the unconscious mind reminding us that, not the unconscious mind, but the subconscious mind reminding us that you remember of this experience, you hurt yourself bad, you don't want to go near that cliff again. So that's where it is our friend. So let's acknowledge right now that the ego is our friend, but it is not the master of your being. It is not the navigator of your journey on this planet. The higher self is. So it means if your ego, and if you don't know if it's your ego or whatever aspect of you is putting you in a situation where you feel, oh my God, I won't make it. Oh, I don't have enough money. Oh yeah, usually people in my field don't make money, or whatever feels not uplifting, not positive, whatever feels that is actually taking you down instead of bringing you up, then stop for a minute and say, okay, ego, or okay, earth mind, I want to delete this. I want to let it go. I do not want to feel I don't want to feel anymore, or I don't want to see anymore myself being less than, or not capable of, or scared of my father's, my mother, my boyfriend, girlfriend's comment about my ability. So you deal. You talk to him, to it. I see him. It's it. You talk to this aspect of you. You stop for a minute and realize you don't always need to locate the fear. At this point, we are, you and I, flying, floating, evolving in higher vibrations. The older modalities, the way I used to practice hypnosis, we were really chatting with the subconscious mind, and we were asking the subconscious mind, where did it come from? Where did he or she experience this for the first time? Why is it coming back so often? Sometimes it's helping people. And I do feel that if it's what you need, go back to this. I'm just saying that now, as we're working together in a container that is highly vibrational, you may not, and please keep your options open if that's what you need, but you may not need to go back to the root, to the cause of why you feel not enough, why you feel you cannot make it, why you feel hurt every time your dad talks about your inability, or whatever is coming to you. Stop for a minute and say, okay, if you know where it's coming from and it comes to your awareness, just say, thank you for bringing it to my attention. It's probably because you needed to. I'm letting it go right now. I don't want to play this pattern, this game anymore. It's not me. It's not me. Whomever told me the comment I don't like, whomever said it, it's your story. You projected back on me. I'm giving it back to you. All the beautiful energies will help you deal with it. I'm clearing myself from this. Okay? So as soon as you are feeling that a thought coming through you is depleting you and it's not uplifting you, whether you see the origin at the moment it's appearing in your awareness field, tell yourself, Earth Mind, I get it. You're working on an automated pilot. You want me to feel safe. You think I'm in danger of exposing myself to be ridiculed or to be analyzed or to be judged or blah, blah, blah. I'm fine. I'm safe. I want to connect to my inner power. I want my higher self, which is us, ego, which is us. I want my higher self, our higher self. Talk to it as a good friend. And it's time for us to uplift. Do not be scared anymore. We're fine. We're totally fine. We are over this. Are you okay with this? Let it go. You can even close your eyes for a few seconds, say, we're letting it go. We're fine. You might have to do more than once for the same issue, but you deal with your ego and your earth mind. You deal with those thoughts. You chat with them. They're not you. You were not born with fear. You have, again, an automated system, a GPS that allows you to evolve in your everyday life, to speak the way I'm using a lot of my conscious mind, a lot of my ego now to share all this. I'm searching in my mind for data, for information, and I feel the judgment, I feel the analysis, but it is part of who we are. Now we bypass it and we just do what we're meant to be doing. The goal of all this is to work as a team with your ego, with your earth mind, not say, oh my God, I'm scared of it, I'm avoiding it. No, I want to talk to you. Let's chat. Do we really want to keep that belief? Even if everybody around me believes it, whatever it is, do I want to feel that I'm not good enough? You were not born with that. You were born believing you were a queen, a god, a goddess, a prince, a princess, a king. Yes, we were born like that, totally. So again, your ego is your friend, but it is not the master of your being. Your higher self is the gentle master who will just pop in when you let it come in. Questions? Hello, everyone. If you're joining now, and hi, Instagram too. Can your higher self show itself? to stop you from driving because you're going to get in an accident. It's, yes, of course, you may have some intuitive downloads coming through. Remember, they're all not working one after the other. It's not the ego for 1 minute and then the higher self and all your spiritual team. It's not, it's all superimposed. Everything is happening at once. You could actually even have a sudden aha moment where you're driving and suddenly bang, you have an image of a future potential accident, or you may have suddenly a desire to, oh my God, I need to drink, or oh my God, I need to stop. I don't know why I need to stop. So that's probably your higher self telling you what to do. And yes, it could be angels, but remember, your higher self is the navigator of all things. So whomever your higher self believes you will react to, it will send you that image. So if you're so connected to angels, if you're so connected to your guides, if you're so connected to eagles, your higher self will show you whatever you need to see, hear, sense in order to make you react quickly if you're in a situation of danger. So yes, your higher self can communicate with you anytime. Remember, it is the master of everything, but it is also observing you evolving in its earth state. So it wants you to go through the process we're going right now. It wants you to manage and balance the earth life aspect and the connection to higher realms. It's not telling you how to do it. It's making sure it puts you in the right place at the right time, in the right workshop, with the right friends, with the right book, in order for you to uncover this on your own. So I hope it helps you understand this. Yes, the higher self is the navigator and the master, or at least for you, for your own drive, for your own journey. And it will bring a higher vibration than itself. It can bring in beings that are obviously more evolved energetically or vibrating. I shouldn't say evolved. There's no hierarchy here, but it's not somebody's better than you or lower than you, but some beings are vibrating at higher dimensions. So it's always interesting to bring them in. Now we have 10 minutes to do the activation to clear everything that is generating a block within you. Everything that was said today is somehow being integrated within you. Some you will remember, some you won't, but either way, because we have raised our vibration when we started, it will somehow process itself through you. But let's take and I know you have questions, but I want to make sure I'm ready for my next appointment. If I do not answer them now live, I will answer them during not the replay, but I will check your questions and probably answer them in writing. Okay. So guys, close your eyes right now. We started today's talk with an opening activation. So close your eyes, feet touching the ground, back well supported, and see yourself in your beautiful bubble of white light. You have been listening to this talk while an aspect of you was already in the white light. So not only your earth mind was trying to understand, what does that mean? Do I understand it? There's an aspect of you who has already integrated all this. See yourself in this beautiful white light. And now you realize that from your solar plexus, that space between your rib cage and your belly button, there's a valve opening up, a door. From this door, you feel energies coming through, as if somebody was turning on a flashlight from inside your belly, and you could see the beam of light coming out, your solar plexus. And that beam of light goes through the bubble of light, through the membrane, the energetic membrane of the bubble of white light, creating an opening, creating a doorway, because you are now accepting to shift, because now you're accepting to feel that you're safe, you're totally comfortable, you're totally at ease and totally open to release all blockages, all beliefs, all habits, all fears beyond time, space, and dimensions around not being able to master your thoughts, not being able to control your feelings, and being the slave of your thoughts and reactions, even though you don't like them. Just clear it right now. Just see that it is coming out through your solar plexus and out through your own energy field and outside completely, out of your sight, out of your sensitive body, out of your complete field. And outside your bubble of white light, imagine, see, sense that there's a being, an energy, whatever you see, however your very quick awareness brings it to you. There's a being kind of seated in the same position as you, almost mimicking and mirroring your own position. And he, she, it receives, understands, sees, filters everything you're getting rid of right now. Everything you're trying to clear, everything, known or unknown. So again, I'm not good enough. I've been told I was not good enough. I've been told I cannot make enough money. I will always be dependent. I've been told that I don't have the intellectual abilities to learn this. I've been told that I'm not creative. I've been told, I've heard, I believe, I sense. Just clear it right now. Everything that is stopping you from feeling the mastery of your higher self every day, let it go. A belief, a thought, a behavior, a pattern, a habit, a behavior, anything that just stopping you from connecting to your higher source of knowledge, which is an intuitive knowledge, a sense of knowing what is right for you beyond the mental thinking and the mental analysis of what is right for you. Just clear. So the being, the energy right in front of you outside your own energy field is simply pulling, helping you to get this gunk out. Not only does your solar plexus feel a lot lighter, but you start to feel the clearing resonate within your body. You feel the clearing spread a new energy within you of lightness, of strength, of empowerment, of knowing, of downloading, unlocking new awareness of your inner power, realizing that is the old me. That is the old me that was built on other people's and collective beliefs of what it is to be an intuitive man, of what it is to be an intuitive woman, of what it is to be a full and complete human being, connecting to the 3D aspects of life, the body, the mind, the elements around us, and at the same time still tapping continuously every day to the wisdom of my higher self, to the wisdom of all the beautiful guides and beings who want to guide me every day, who want me to receive and feel empowered and feel and receive all those beautiful connections and uplifting messages and feelings and sensations and messages for me to feel that, yes, every day I'm moving, growing, evolving, reaching my highest potential. So as you may or may not feel right now that your spine is getting strengthened and straighter, totally straight, empowered, you feel solid on your feet, you feel your body getting more solid and more balanced. It has, what you're doing right now has a positive impact not only biologically, but also in your heart center, as you feel flowing self-love, a deep, immense feeling of gratitude for the woman, for the man you were just an hour ago, not knowing everything you know, not knowing everything you are continuously unlocking from this now moment, on and on, unlocking more, feeling more and more your higher self talking to you, chatting to you, sending you guidance every day that is always positive, that is always uplifting, encouraging, helping you to move forward in your own integrity and sovereignty. You are the queen, you are the king, you are the prince, you are the princess, you are the god, you are the goddess. You have access to all this energy all the time. The being is in front of you is feeling very, very happy of the work you're doing right now. It is just here as a way of monitoring that you take everything out. And again, you may know what you're taking out or you may not know. Either way, it is getting out of you. When you will open your eyes in the next seconds, you will be aware of a shift physically, energetically, mentally. You will want to try, experiment, explore more intuitive gifts you feel you have, you know you have, you want to play with. You will be drawn to be more you authentically, blending easily and effortlessly your 3D mind, your earth mind, your 3D body, and your higher self, and energetic and astral body. You are fully, completely integrated and balanced, completely balanced. So we're slowly ending the process. I will just use chimes to help us integrate all this as a way to finalize the whole process. Let's do this. Take a deep breath in through the nose and breathe out until no more breath. Sigh it out completely like a big relax your body. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And while you're opening your eyes, thank your higher self. Thank all the energies that have been here around us, helping us to download everything we were meant to be downloading and upgrading. That was a beautiful experience. I don't know how you feel, but I really feel my spine straighter. I feel like I know I'm not taller, but who knows? One day we'll be able to strengthen our neck, but I feel like something is strengthening. I feel like a lot of beautiful vibrations flowing within me. So let me know how this was for you. I'll stay with you another 5 minutes. And just to get your comments before I go, because I need to go, I have another appointment. And if I do not have the chance to read your comments right now, I will do it later, I promise. And if you're watching this as a replay, same thing. I will read your comments. I really want to know how you feel. Do not analyze. Do not try to find out exactly what has left your field. Those old beliefs, those old patterns, those old behaviors, those old entanglements, whatever you had, okay, whatever was trapped within you. Do not, unless it came to you, then it means you needed to know where it was originating from. But if not, letting go, stay with this beautiful energy. Yes, me too. I had chills. I'll just post your comment. I really had chills. It really felt like we have done a really beautiful, beautiful work today. And a lot was released. I'm telling you, you won't from now on hear the thoughts that are coming against your will the same way. You will start to have that little inner communication within you. You will start to tell yourself, yeah, ego, yeah, earth mind. I think it's time for you and I to resolve this. We don't want to work on that pattern anymore. So a lot is probably gone already, but if ever something else comes up, you will know how to talk to yourself, not as a beating yourself up. I should not feel like that. I'm better than that. No, it will be like more, let's have a chat, you and I. We don't want to feel like that anymore. We need to let it go. I was really happy to have done this with you guys. And yes, it was intense because we were touching an old belief that humanity has been keeping for a long time. And that even psychology, I mean, it's rare that in psychology we're using the energies in a very spiritual way, the way we do it here. And remember, it used to be a field I was evolving in. So even though I knew the higher self was coming in, I was stay there. I'm just working with the earth mind because that's what my clients want. And this is how I learned it too. But you cannot disregard whatever's going through you. Never say, keep quiet. Just say, let's chat about it. So I wish you a great day. We will talk very, very soon. Thank you for being here. Share this. It's available to be shared on your page, on your personal profile, or in other groups if you feel other people would enjoy this. I think this is one of the most important awareness people need to have. Your ego is not your enemy. It's your friend that helps you live here in the 3D world. I'm disconnecting with you guys. I wish you a great day, sending you all my love, and talk to you very, very soon. Bye for now.